Mike. Toronto. VK on the beat. Check. I'm in Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm from Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm in Toronto like we wanna get the city love. My city love me back for my city love.
Welcome to episode 1172 of Toronto Mic'd. Proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. StickerU.com. Create custom stickers, labels, tattoos, and decals. Palma Pasta. Fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees. The Yes, We Are Open podcast, a Monaris podcast production. The Advantaged Investor podcast from Raymond James, Canada. RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. Ridley Funeral Home. Pillars of the community since 1921. Canna Cabana. The lowest prices on cannabis. Guaranteed. And Sammy Cone Real Estate. Ask Sammy any real estate questions at sammy.cone@properlyhomes.ca. Joining me today, making their Toronto Mic debut, is Gina Kennedy and Devon Lougheed from Altered by Mom. Welcome.
Pew, 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 pew.
I forgot to load that one
Come
up.
with our own soundboard.
I was nervous doing the voiceover because Gina Kennedy is like a big deal in the voiceover world. Is that right, Gina?
I try to be, yeah.
Can I do? Okay, I just load a bunch of stuff up, and we're going to talk so much about Altered by Mom, and I'm so glad you're both here. And can I call you Dev?
Yeah.
I'm going with
That
Dev.
works.
Okay, he's got dreamy eyes.
Doesn't he?
I just caught him, and I'm like, oh, it's like looking at
Don't fall in.
Kurt Cobain, 1993.
Yeah.
Or
If you like
something.
these, you should see my sister.
That's right.
I'm going to play a little Gina here before we get into Altered by Mom. You ready, Gina?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Press play. It's music for the soul. Saturdays at 9 a.m. and Sundays at noon on The Verge. Sirius XM Channel 173.
It's baby Gina.
That's baby. Okay, well,
Oh, that was so long ago.
how long ago are we talking here?
Oh my God. Oh, geez. That would have been like 2014 probably. 2015
Okay,
maybe?
that tells you that whatever demo reel I stumbled upon is dusty. Like, there's probably a newer one I just missed it.
There is, but that is actually the one that's on my agency website.
It's all your fault,
I have
okay?
tried to update it, but my agent keeps saying no.
It's too good. So, okay, I'm going to play a couple more. They're really quick. And then I'm going to ask you about this voiceover work.
Okay.
And then we're going to get to rock and roll. So,
Perfect.
a couple more.
Me, myself, my salad. Okay, this is the salad for me. The grilled chicken Caesar at McDonald's.
Okay,
Oh,
McDonald's. Wow.
My accent comes out at McDonald's.
What kind of accent is that? Where are you
It's a
from?
maritime accent there, boy. Jeez, picked county.
Okay, fill your boots. I love it. That's
That last clip reminded me of when I made a really good salad. And you just went off.
That's yeah.
I'm going to name all the Maritimers I know. Ron James, Steve Fall. I'm going to just keep going here. No, I'm going to play a couple more quick clips here. We're going to get into it. Dev, hang in there, but this is too
I
wild.
like this better.
You like this better? Okay, we'll just do Gina voiceovers. Here we go.
Only a chocolate this pure can be this silky and make you savor, sigh, melt. Dove Pure Silk Chocolate.
Hubba.
Silky.
Wow, look at you. You sound great. Okay, I should just shut up and have you talk this
There's
whole
some
time.
sibilance on that.
Last one, because I only pulled one more, so this will be it. But
Hit me.
hit you with my best
What do you
shot.
got?
Pat Benatar. Here we go.
Call and get a large one topping, just $9.99. Get the door. It's Domino's.
Okay.
It's Domino's.
So give me this quick story. Like what? Somebody told you have a great voice and you might make money on it? What happened here?
Basically, I really very much stumbled into it. I was on the radio. I obviously got intertwined with that world, and I had a show on Sirius. And I actually had a friend, actually Candace, who is morning show out in Calgary. She was like, "You need to do voice acting," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And she actually helped me make this demo that we have heard.
Oh wow, Candace.
Yeah, so shout out to her. So basically she pitched it to, or she gave me the demo and then helped me pitch it to a couple voice acting agencies, and then one of them stuck.
How did you get the radio gig? See, I'm just gonna keep going back until you're like an embryo or whatever.
Good looks and talent.
Good looks and talent.
No, I actually, when I went to radio school and when I had a internship at Sirius before it merged, so when it was XM, and so I kind of got my in there, and everybody, really liked me, and I really liked them, and then so when a job opened up, I jumped, and they accepted me.
Okay, cool. And was that out of here, like Toronto? Like, because you're a Maritimer.
I was, but when I got the Sirius job, I was living in the Maritimes again. So my first radio gig was CKEC in New Glasgow,
Okay.
which has been purchased by Stingray since then. But it was an awesome radio station that played anything. It was amazing.
Just
there was
no rules?
no rules, no format.
So
it was amazing.
You got to play what you want.
Pretty much.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Never.
Otherwise, we'd just be playing Altered by Mom all the time.
right.
All right, Deb, when do you meet Gina?
Oh, that is a good question. Must have been Canadian Music Week 2010? Something like that?
Well,
2010, 2011?
Maybe? Yeah. Because I didn't get to the city till 2012.
Well, when
so-
when did the Beekeeper record come out? 2012, I think it came out. So it must have been around then.
That's right.
Yeah.
okay, so is it like, you tell me, but like Gina's a big radio voiceover superstar, and like give me the Altered by Mom origin story, and make sure part of that story is like where the name comes from, because at least one guy, I'm like, Altered by Mom is coming on, and Cambrio writes in, is Altered by Mom the dark sci-fi version of Just Like Mom?
Ooh.
So let's and you can run with that if you want, you can borrow that, but give me the Altered by Mom origin story.
Origin of the name, because aren't we all altered by our
We're all a
mothers
little
in some way or other? Or
I
if,
think so.
you didn't grow up with a mother that also probably altered you. So there's that. But the story behind it is a little more innocent. As a musician and music maker, music producer, that sort of thing, there have been like stressful times in life sometimes. So about 8 years ago, 10 years ago, doing the music thing, and I'm thinking, oh man, I need to get a real job. I need some money. So I draft up this resume like you do, and I sent it to my mom to edit and look over, because she's good with that kind of stuff. And she, did her magic thing and sent it back as alteredbymom.doc. I didn't even open it, just started a band right there. So
Honestly, that's a way better origin story than I ever could have dreamed of.
Yeah.
That's real deal.
It's pretty good.
Okay. All right. So I have to give some people who are listening to the podcast. So Gina Kennedy's, she's taken off her sweater. She's not nude, everybody. I want to point out. But now I'm seeing a bunch of ink. And how many, like when did you start getting tattoos?
I started when I was 18. So back in my hometown kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm checking out the jungle cat or whatever we're looking at. What is
These
that?
are my cats.
Okay, those are like not they're like domesticated
They're my
cats.
cats.
that's
but in
Michelle and that's Clem.
yeah, that's Michelle and that's Clem.
Okay, I got
Yes.
Michelle too. Okay.
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
nice.
Well, it's not a cat though; it's like a human. She's upstairs. I should go get her.
Mine's a fuzzy little cat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Dev, when you start Altered by Mom, you mentioned you were like you needed to get a job and all these things, and you're working on your resume. But like what were you before Altered by Mom?
So before Altered by Mom, I was living out in Vancouver. I had toured a bunch of the band called Hey Ocean. I had my own band called Beekeeper, and we had played a bunch and kind of broke up around 2013 sort of thing. And got this Altered by Mom.doc thing, and I'm like, okay, I've got these songs. Let me try doing some stuff. So I put together a ragtag bag full of misfits to play.
And you were
going to
call your group Motley Crue, but it was taken.
Yeah. I was like Altered by the Motley Crue folks.
Motley Mom didn't.
Yeah, it
work
was.
as well.
They were a melancholy bunch with infinite sadness, I will say. Yeah, no, it's actually the group included the bass player who now plays in Mother Mother, Mike Young, very nice guy.
That's cool.
And my favorite drummer of all time, probably Aaron Klassen from out in Vancouver, and Catherine Hilt, who also played in the last two played in a band called Bad Pop that I think is so good. So worth checking out Bad Pop.
Oh yeah, drop all the names you can. Like I just love that there's this thing of, well, we'll get to it like as we explore, but like in a moment I'll tell you how I kind of got into you guys, and you guys can laugh at me or whatever for being behind the times, but I have lots of excuses here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That works for me.
So I'll do that now, and then we'll get you guys.
Yeah, I think that works for me.
All right, so who was I'm trying to get at my story right. Okay, so Roddy Colmer reaches out. So Roddy Colmer, you guys know Roddy.
Love Roddy.
Yep.
What a guy.
Big fan.
Yeah, he's listening, so you can say more nice things about him.
Interesting fact, he's actually my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his mom who altered us.
Yeah, he's my, I think, older than me son.
Well, you're breaking my brain.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of ink on him, Roddy.
Doesn't he,
Paul,
though?
right?
He does.
Yeah.
He can beat you at that, Gina. Okay, so Roddy, he's an FOTM. That means friend of Toronto Mike, because he's been on the show many times. You guys are now FOTM, so congratulations.
Yeah, Fatum.
Yeah, well, it's not flavor of the month. It's a friend of Toronto Mike. So Roddy reaches out and says, hey, I know you're buds with Ron Hawkins from Lois Alone. This will come back to you, Dev, soon, because we're going to talk about that. But Ron, I end every episode with Rosie and Gray from Shakespeare in My Butt from Lois at the Low.
Great song.
Ron's been over many times. I'm a massive fan. Ron Hawkins, I think it's best. He's like, yeah, Ron's doing like a few like a low key set here at the Elma Combo. He says something like that, and I don't know, not that long ago. We're going back a couple of months or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I jump on my bike and I bike down. I'm like, I'm gonna go see Ron Hawkins. But I get there. I want to get there early and see who else is playing or whatever. And I see a bunch of great acts, including Altered by Mom. And I'm listening to you guys, and I'm like, these guys are fucking great. Like how, like if I don't know what's going on, like I know this Gen X listener base of mine is going to be as clueless. Most of them will be as clueless as me. I'm like, I need to talk. I literally start stalking you guys on social media or whatever. And we have people in common, like in our little circle here. But I want you to know, and I'm going to play some of your jams. And I know you brought your guitar, Devon. We're going to hear some stuff. But like, I legit love your music, and you're only here today because it sounded so great to my ears. Altered by Mom.
Thank you. That's very kind.
And now I'm going to pop open a Great Lakes beer, which you guys get too. So
Ooh.
I took your orders. So
did.
I'm going to crack open a burst.
Oh, that sounded so nice.
So get it on the mic though, Deb. So
Yeah, okay,
you wanted
you
the IPA, right, Deb?
Yeah, I was going to try the IPA. Here I have Hazy Mama. Hazy Mama.
Haze Mama. It's third time's a charm.
Hazy Mama.
He doesn't get the voiceover role.
Yeah, this is me doing voiceovers.
All right, Haze Mama for you.
here's
So
a
crack
Haze
it on
Mama.
mic. Okay, that's great too.
Yeah, that is
Okay,
nice.
and Gina, you just wanted a lager, right? So everybody loves their lager. You can crack that open.
That's it.
Oh, that is nice.
So without spilling on my board, here's a cheers. Thing.
Cheers.
Okay, enjoy.
That is nice.
I'm going to capture all the Altered by Mom.
You know, I like that
stories.
you can get free delivery, and actually, for any listeners this week, if you order, Gina will deliver it to you. Yeah, she'll bring it
It's
over
a bonus.
With
on
my
her
smooth
on her
voice and
longboard in
smooth
the cold.
She'll say, "Brewed for you, Ontario."
Great Lakes Brewery.
Brewed for you, Ontario. So I see at the Alma Combo, you're great. I think I start stalking Gina as one is, off to do whatever I have to do. It's not the first time.
As
I'm
people
sure.
do.
Yeah. And who else we had in common? Because I was chatting with her at the same gig. Let's shout out FOTM Skye Wallace.
Woo woo woo.
Yeah.
So I need to know so many things. So I'm going to start shutting up. You have better voices than I do. But tell me how you guys are connected to the great Skye Wallace.
I mean, we both connected with her separately, which was pretty great. Devon, I'll let you tell this, but you met her before I did out in Vancouver. You guys were pals, but Skye and I met through a Toronto Women in Music here in Toronto, obviously. And
Is that where that Toronto Women in Music show takes place here?
it's not called that
Not
anymore.
Vancouver.
Yeah. So she moved here, I moved here, and then we met organically. And I had her at my house because I was doing a podcast as well at the time. So we were hanging out, and then Devon walks out, and Skye's like, "What are you doing here?" And Devon's like, "I live here."
That's wild.
Yeah. So I found out that she knew Dev, and I don't know if you want to tell how you know her.
Yeah, for sure. We met, actually, we were both living out in Vancouver, and we met, strangely, not through music. We met through the comedy scene, just as, I was a performer. Skye did some stuff, and we were both kind
But
of
what
fans
was Skye
of that
doing?
scene.
I just didn't
She was
think
doing music, but
okay.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just, not that she's not funny, but I've never really...
She's definitely funny.
No, we met at a house party for improv comedians, which is about as insufferable as you can imagine. It's like everybody's just like, "No, I'm the funny one. No, I'm the funny one." So we met there, and we hung out a few times in Vancouver, but it wasn't until we both lived in Toronto that she asked me to track a few demos for her. We did that. We had such a good time working together. We ended up making her last record together, self-titled, Skye Wallace.
Right.
And shortly after finishing that, she called me up and said, "Hey, I got to play some of these songs live. How would you like to come?" And I said, "Sure." So I did it for a bit, and then she said, "Hey, what if we added Gina to the mix?"
So then I now in the band too.
What a small world here. That's
yeah.
wild.
And then we ended up
So-
living together, and
I've already told her this, but I'm going to say it again, that I love her sound too. But you know what I think it is? I think I fell in love with like the alt rock of the 90s because I'm several years older than all of you. And like for a while I couldn't find it anywhere, but it seems like it has a similar like tonal sound to me. Like when I hear Altered by Mom or I hear, and there's another band I'm going to talk about in a minute, but that you guys are connected to, but Skye Wallace it just rocks. Like it sounds so great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's so
heck yeah.
talented, and I'm in awe of her every time she writes a new song.
Okay, so the
she's got
commonality
skills.
here, by the way, I think is Ron Hawkins from Low So Low, because I only met Skye because Ron and Lawrence from Lowest of the Low are like, Mike, she's amazing. Like you got to hear, and like they met organically somehow. Like she was on a bill, but they didn't put her on the bill. She was there, and they heard her, and then like, what the hell? And I have Skye Wallace over. She plays live here, and I'm like, wow, like forever. I'm now stalking her too, but no, in a good way. But Ron Hawkins, like. When I was at the Elmo, Ron was talking to FOTM Sarah Burke. Like there was this convo they were having. So I'm going to just keep saying FOTM for all these
like
people. Okay. Yeah. But Ron's, am I right, Dev? Like you're producing something for Ron, or do I have my wires crossed? Tell me the story here.
That is right. There's we did some. Yeah, you've got some correct info.
Tell is good.
Yeah, Ron and I worked on some stuff together during the pandemic. It is so freaking cool. It was such a treat to get, he can write a song. Let me just mention that. Right. He's pretty good at writing a song. He's also quite open-minded to over-caffeinated ideas that I might have, which is often my operating mode. But yeah, we put together this collection of songs. I think they're coming out sometime in the new year. I'm really excited. I think that Low fans, DGA fans, Ron Hawkins fans are going to like it. It does sound different. I'm really curious. It's not so different that it's like, what is this?
He does play one of the songs with DGA. I
That's
heard
right,
it
yeah,
live.
they
Yeah,
did
Two Good
play,
Assassins.
yeah.
It gets very confusing with Ron because
I know, he's got-
I told him this. I'm like, okay, so you got Lowest of the Low, and I get that. I got COVID at a Lowest of the Low gig
nice.
recently
Congrats,
at
yeah.
Lee's Palace. Like,
You
I'm like,
win.
and I was like, I dodged it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years? Am I right in my math? No, 2 years. 2 years. 2 years? 3 years. 3 years. So I dodged this thing for 3 years. And I got kind of cocky. I'm going all these things or whatever. And then, I got it at Lee's Palace. So, and I figured, like,
was
if
that
you're
the
going to
first
get
time you got it?
Yeah.
I guess you dodged it for like
3 years.
40 years then.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You add another decade
whatever.
almost, pushing 50. So
know.
But okay, so Ron Hawkins, who I have all the utmost respect for, but it is hard to track his projects because sometimes it's like, oh, these are Rusty Nails or whatever. These are Two Good Assassins.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a solo project. So can I ask you, is this Ron Hawkins solo?
Yeah, well, it's funny that you say that because originally what Ron and I had been scheming up was kind of a switcheroo where we each would bring songs to the project, work on each other's songs, do that sort of thing. But I think as a result of thinking about exactly what you're thinking right now, Ron ended up basically saying, look, the last thing I need right now is another thing that is sort of confusing. So he's like, how do we transition this? And he had sent me, 6 or 7 or 11 amazing songs and we had just finished doing our 52 songs project in 2020. So I was pretty happy to say like, hey, maybe I won't write anything right now and I'll just work on the stuff that you brought and we'll collab on that. So
how did you know each other? Like how does Ron become aware of you, Dev? And like, does he know like Altered by Mom first or Devon Lougheed? Like how does Ron get connected to you?
We met in Kingston, Ontario on a tour that we did with the Skye Wallace Band opening up for Lowest of the Low. And that's how we met all those guys, made friends. We met Lawrence that night.
Lawrence, by the way,
Michael,
is
too.
a sweetheart because I don't even know if he's got one now, but forever, Ron didn't have a smartphone. Like, and if I needed to get something to Ron about this stuff and everything, it's like I had to like text Lawrence or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you're probably not the only one.
Like, get a fucking smartphone. Like, I know you're.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm
wrong,
similarly
though.
like, I do have a smartphone, although it's really old and it's a little broken.
Can you text?
I can text, but the thing will not make a sound by design. I have everything turned off, so you cannot really reach me.
It's not real time. Like you just check it once in a while.
Yeah, I just check it once in a while, much
And
to
you're
the
like,
chagrin of
what does
anybody
911
that's-
mean? Okay.
Yeah, that's trying to get to me. I mean, it's happened where I've been sort of like in a session working on something, and then I'm like, oh, Gina had an emergency that I needed to attend to.
Well, doesn't that frustrate you, Gina? I feel like he should be like, there should be some special code or something where his phone will make a noise.
you can
'cause you
set
actually
that
need
up,
him.
right? Like
You
I
would-
should be able to set it,
Or
so
you
that
can
reach
whitelist
me.
numbers that will ring. Like I have a Do Not Disturb that kicks
Yeah.
in at like, I don't know, 9 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
But then my 21-year-old can still reach me even at 4 a.m. if the 21-year-old calls, my phone rings. But if Peter Gross, he's a bad example, but Peter Gross calls at 4 a.m. My phone is silent.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that we would have changed that after I was in the hospital trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was busy
see?
working on a studio session.
Yeah, I
you
had
know.
to message the person that he was in the studio with because I knew she would look at her phone.
Yep, and she
And
saw
she
it.
did.
Yeah.
And you're okay now? I don't know if I'm allowed to ask medical questions.
Oh, yeah,
but,
no, it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
long time
bass
ago.
playing helped.
That's right. Yeah, I got run
I
over
would
by
say.
a car and I was biking.
Okay. I bike all the time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, me
it's
too.
dangerous out there.
It is. It's a rite of passage in Toronto to get hit by a car if you are a cyclist.
I'm not gonna knock on wood. I don't actually believe in jinxes, but I've
Yeah.
yet to be hit by a car. Like I've hit the pavement many times.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I
Slide
split open my
tracks.
helmet and
Yeah.
I broke my wrist.
Yeah.
I had the same fracture clinic surgeon person working on my wrist that Biff Naked had
Oh,
at the same
amazing.
time.
Oh, nice. We've also played with
We've
Biff.
opened for
Yeah.
Biff Naked. Yeah.
Oh my God, she's a Mimico girl now. You know, we
she's
stole
wonderful.
her from Vancouver after like 35 years.
Yeah, she's
So,
amazing. I love her so
I will
much.
say we played with her, and she finished her set, and where did we play at? Adelaide Hall.
That's right.
And after her set, 350 people lined up at the merch table. And she came out and for 3 hours had a meaningful connection
Yeah.
with everybody there. Like, unbelievable. So just
She's a
pretty
sweetheart.
inspiring. And her dog's pretty
She
cute,
also
too.
saw me from across the parking lot before our set. Like we were about to do sound check, and she was like, "Gina," and I was like, "You know who I am."
Yeah. And she
was
saw
pretty
me and she was
wonderful.
like, Macaulay Culkin.
Okay, better than
Yeah.
I was going Kurt Cobain. She goes with
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin. But if Kurt and Macaulay had a baby,
Oh, that
Macaulay Cobain.
he looked like them. Okay.
Macaulay.
All right. Another band I want to get to before we get back to Altered by Mom is Monowhales.
Yeah.
Because they've been over. Well, they've been on. I'm trying to think now. They've definitely been over at least once, but they might have did a Zoom or something one other time. But they were on here, and I
You've
think
done
they're
your
great.
research, I gotta say.
Well, I just need to know, like, how are you connected to Monowhales?
I played in their band. Yeah, I played pretty much during the pandemic, so I played with them for about a year, and it was really fun. We had a good time.
Okay, look at this.
Yeah.
Can I play like at this point, I think I'd like to start playing some jams and talking about it. Like, so can I kick out an Altered by Mom jam?
heck
I
yeah.
would love that.
You've got
All
a few
right.
too many to choose from. I
Act
think.
surprise, yeah, there are a lot. And then I want to ask about that project. I'm going to write 10 songs a day for a decade or whatever. But here, let's kick out some music here.
Oh, classic.
Every time I see you, I usually say hey. My feelings blow a bubble, I float away. I look for an exit I usually can't find. My body doesn't listen and tries to hide. If we're gonna talk about it, I want you to know that you can throw it out, you can break it up, you can do what you want with my heart, babe. Just bring it back. You can keep it safe, you can hold it close, you can do what you want with my heart, babe. Just bring it back to me, to me.
I hate to fade it down and sacrilegious here, but tell me what I'm listening to.
We can do it.
You can do what you want with my heart, babe.
Yeah. And it's funny, there is a, did you know there's a Lowest of the Low connection to that song as well?
Tell me, I don't know. Tell me.
We co-wrote it with Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweetheart Lawrence
At
Nickel,
the-
who played one of my events, by the way. This is how good these guys are. No, careful. I might be knocking on your door like, hey, what are you guys doing next August or whatever.
Absolutely.
But a TMLX3 was on my birthday. This is like June 2019 or something. And Lawrence and Ron show up at Great Lakes Brewery and played for us FOTMs, man. And it was amazing.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, they're so great. Love those folks. Yeah, no, we got together when we were embarking on our big project, our big 52 songs, and we invited Lawrence over to write some tunes with us right before everything kind of shut down.
Well, like here, so our plan for 2020 was that we were going to attempt. This is like in December 2019 or November. We're like, let's try and record and release a song every week for 2020.
Like an original song.
An original song.
No covers.
And we're like,
None.
you know what? If we get to 6 months, that's great. If we get to 9 months, whatever. It was just something to do. So we were maybe the only people that the pandemic helped out in a way with that, because I don't know if we could have done it as busy as we usually are. But the trick was, the thing we were telling ourselves was, okay, we know lots of people. We can do a co-write. It'll be totally amazing. It's like we're not going to have to write 52 songs. So then we wrote a couple songs with Roddy. We wrote a song with Lawrence. We wrote another song with our buddy Tyler.
What's Tyler's last name?
Tyler Simpson. Great country artist. I think he might live in Nashville now. I'm going to say that because it sounds cool for him. And we're just like, rolling on the co-writes, writing our own songs. And then it's the pandemic, so we can't really co-write anymore.
It was before we really got a handle on Zoom, too. So we were, trying
but okay, I picked up earlier, like this is not me prying, but I pick up you two like cohabitate together?
Yeah, we're roommates and bandmates.
Yeah.
And we like each other.
Yeah. There's some kissing involved.
But that does help. That does help. Like this is a good thing during a COVID pandemic when you're, not, you know what I mean? Because you're allowed to like.
Well,
get
we
together.
also lived with Skye at the time.
We
too,
did.
So.
Yeah, and I will say in the Skye Wallace band on the road, there's about as much kissing as there is in the Altar by Mom van.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's that vibe that everyone's picking up is accurate.
It's there.
Yeah,
It's real. It's not pretend.
You guys can spill all the tea on this program. Listen, I need to know everyone. I need to know who's sleeping with who's kissing who.
We just
What's
push the
going
beds
on?
together, so it's one giant bed.
That's right.
You know,
Right. What's one? I mean, that's a reality show waiting to happen. Like, just stick put some cameras in that place and record, and you got yourself like a.
Oh, that apartment was hilarious.
So, what neck of the woods was it? Like, what neighborhood was this apartment in?
That was in Little Italy. And we actually lived down the road from Matt Mays, and we did that tour with him.
Matt Mays is there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not
He'll
there
be
anymore,
a character
but-
in our reality show.
There we go.
You should tell them what we called our sweet artist flop house. Though.
So there was 4 of us. There was our buddy Jeff Hayward, who at the time worked at Factor.
Yeah.
So it was all just like a musician house.
He's also got a hidden rap career as.
I was getting to that.
Okay, sorry. Please go ahead.
Gina was getting there. Dev, come on.
I know.
Yes,
This is
he's
classic.
also Tupperware.
Tupperware.
Yeah, is it just Tupperware? Right?
Yeah, he wouldn't like that we're bringing it up.
I
But
know
I
he
like
hates it. He hates talking about it, but he was amazing
Yeah.
and still is amazing.
Yeah.
He's actually releasing.
He also
stuff.
makes music with famous players, which you would like.
That's right.
Better.
Yes.
To talk about.
Anyway, great musician,
Yeah.
great human, and then Skye, and then Devon and I, and so we lived in this wonderful.
I envision it's down the street from Cafe Diplomatico.
It is. You're
Yeah,
exactly
it
right.
was,
Yeah.
All right. The heart of Little Italy.
So we called it the Stunge, which was short for the sex dungeon.
Yeah.
This story's getting better and better.
Yeah.
Okay. They say sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
But, okay. All right. So how far did you get in this this aggressive project to release one original song per week for all of 2020? Like, how deep did you get into that?
We did the whole thing.
So you did it all.
We
So
did
there's 52 songs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just play a bit more of another song, and then we're gonna talk more about that. But here we go.
Hey, it's so good to see you. Can I say I'm sorry I left you, baby? There'd be nothing to bleed through. No telling what we'd do if I could still love you one day soon. You say I'm a cancer, 'cause I swoon for cowardly answers. Darling, there'd be nothing above you. I'd worship and hug you if I could still love you one day.
You need to settle down. We'll never meet again. You need to back away. It all came to an end, baby. There's no way to be. Are you me and me and me? You never could love me, baby.
Birds, they circle around me, diving in.
See, there's really nowhere to fade down because it just goes, right? Like it just comes at you and waves. It's like, oh no, we're not gonna break from this. Okay, so tell me what we're listening to.
This is If I Could Still Love You by Altered by Mom. Actually, the song that we chose, so we took those 52 songs, we remastered them after the fact. Didn't change much else about the songs. It was important to capture that, like, you can tweak forever in this day and age if you have a recording studio at your house, which we do. So, but I did want to remaster them at the end of it. I'm like, let's put them all out in one collection. So 52 songs is out, and we did change the order. Just because, like, otherwise, the really old stuff is first. It's like the stuff that we did at the beginning of it all is right off the top, and we were more excited about.
Yeah, you almost want to flip it,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, so it wasn't totally.
It could be
flipped, but we
reverse
did.
chronological order like a blog.
Yeah, totally. We're just like, here are some of our faves, and there's something about this to me. I think that it's like the back and forth, the like cheekiness. This is at a point in the thing where I was like, what if I just sing like David Bowie?
Well,
I don't know.
I was thinking at the beginning, it's very Joy Division.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got kind of that
interesting.
vibe.
Yeah.
And it's even got the drum thing going on. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a compliment. But it's you got that joy, yeah, and it's got yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So this is one of the 52.
This is one.
52.
You know what's that really sad Phil Collins song?
Oh,
Against All Odds.
Against All Odds.
Take a
yeah.
look at me now.
I'm just
So like, there's something about that song where it's like literally someone after a breakup telling the other person they're like, oh, literally do anything. They're so pathetic. It's like it's such a sad point of view to have, and I wanted, we wanted to have a song kind of from that thing. So I thought it would be funny to have a song where it's just like this guy being like, please, I'll do anything. I remember all these times. Like it's gonna be so great, and then
Right.
the other person is like, I don't even own a gun rack,
it's
or I
kinda
don't even
like-
own a gun, much less more than one gun. You know.
It's Clark Gable or whatever that song is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
with
Yeah.
you know, Death Cab. It's the back and forth. The
As Postal Service, I think. But
Was it
same
Postal
diff.
Service?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I do like. I
was
do
Postal
also.
Service.
I've also been a sucker for like the male voice. Am I allowed to put people in the genders here? But like, there's a female voice and a male voice, and they're kind of intertwining, like sort of
Yeah.
like you get with like stars or something.
Yeah,
I like a
totally.
low and a high voice together. It can
Yes.
be a nice thing.
and our, you know, the harmonies is kind of the big thing with us too. And I like, you know, the melodies that are the same, but it's, you know, we're saying different things and they intertwine and then they come together at the end, and yeah, it's kind of a good shtick.
No,
you know?
my ears are digging it. So look, I'm gonna play another one because I'm selfish, and you're here now. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, we can just march out of here? I guess you could, but
Never.
you haven't got all your gifts yet. So
I love presents.
Oh, good one.
Too many thoughts roll around in my brain. Take sleep away and turn it into pain.
Chewing, grinding, biting down, it's gonna end this way.
We're going out on Berkshire Zone. Everyone clench your bone. Going out on Berkshire Zone. Watch the world burn. Everybody close your eyes. Buy and sell, life is hell. Going out on Berkshire Zone. Watching the world burn.
okay, but that's a lot of sound to come out of like you two people, right?
That's what people often say when they come to a show.
Where's everybody? I guess they're hiding.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite spots on all the 52 songs is you just happily singing "Buy and sell, life is hell."
Yeah. Check it out.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, what's the name of this jam?
Bruxism, which is the phenomenon of you grinding your teeth.
Specifically you.
I've been told by multiple dentists in my life that I grind my teeth, but I've slept with a woman like.
Oh, nice.
I am not.
Nice.
I've got
Congrats.
4 children, okay,
Yeah.
but so I'm just
From the one time.
Oh, from the one time, quadruplet. I'm a very unlucky man.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but like I've been married 15 years once, and now I'm married 9 years and everything. And if you add up, but what I'm saying is, I mean, literally sleeping next to me is a woman for all my adult life,
Yeah.
and apparently. Neither of them have ever heard me do any kind of grinding. I'm just telling you that I don't know what the dentists are seeing that is evidence of grinding when there's no actual physical evidence from anyone who's like stared at me
Yeah.
sleeping for hours.
Do you ever feel like your jaw hurts in the
No.
morning? No. Then I think they might be trying to make money.
Multiple dentists. They're selling me on some kind of a mouthpiece
yeah.
or something
There you
like
go.
that. But bruxism, and that's okay. Do either of you grind your teeth?
Oh yeah.
Do you have to wear like a mouthpiece?
Oh yeah.
So when you go to bed,
Yeah,
you
we
stick-
bought into the bullshit, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
There is evidence of mine though. I ground my teeth so hard that
They're like nubs.
they're like little nubs
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Oh, like it hurts to
Yeah.
think about it. Okay, I have a real question for you. Okay, this came up on another show I produce. Okay, how soon into the relationship with Dev do you introduce your mouthpiece? Like do you-
Yeah.
Oh, so the reason I'm asking is because I produce a show for a woman named Mary Jo Eustace who has the same thing, wears a mouthpiece for her grinding of teeth. And she met.
He just
I was just
laughed.
thinking about a funny
Hold on.
joke that I was going to make.
I am going to be calling Ridley Funeral Home because we have a
Yeah.
pickup here at the TMDS studio.
Oh my God.
Dev
Dead
is
on air. Wow.
Dead on air. Oh my goodness. You okay, Dev?
Oh,
It's,
I just wanted some attention. Really,
is the
that's
beer
what it
coming to
comes
your
down
nose?
to.
Because that's the worst. Right?
Yeah, no, just
Okay,
bubbled in the
collect
brain.
yourself
Yeah,
and-
I'm
He,
here.
he's
I'm
just
here.
thinking about me and my mouth
Yeah,
guards.
I was thinking about the first time.
how attractive I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How close you came to just leaving and walking
Yeah.
away. But and you know where I'm going with this. But she had a date, like a new lover, and she was spending the night with a new lover. And the question came up on the show. Like, does she put on the mouthpiece? Like, because this is
But I
something
do
she
it.
needs, like,
I
so
do it
tell
in a
me,
sexy way.
Okay. And I'm not, no judgment here. I think you are, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, do you wait a little bit and be like, yeah, I grind my teeth. I need to wear this thing at night. Or do you like wear it at night one?
I usually say, I'm gonna slip into something more comfortable.
Big mouthpiece. Like Dev is remembering the first time. He's literally remembering the first time he wore that mouthpiece, and he's choking on his Great Lakes beer.
Yeah, I did. Actually, that was the nicest beer I've ever choked on. I'll say smooth.
His mama.
Smooth
it's
on
good
the
to
choke, yeah.
to choke on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah. No, that's actually what sealed the deal with Devon is when he saw me in my mouth guard.
Yeah,
He
luckily
was
I have
just
a mouth
like,
guard
"Oh."
fetish into hockey players and
Is
boxers.
that
so
a-
safe?
Is that concerning when you realize that's his thing? Like chicks with mouth guards.
No, it's great.
'Cause
Because
you're
the mouth
perfect
guard
for
came
shutting
Just
it.
first.
people with mouth guards in
You've
general.
been searching your whole life for that guy
That's
who's got
it. That's
the
it.
mouthpiece fetish.
Yeah.
I'll just put it this way: I have terrible sleep hygiene, and I have a overnight habit as well, and we'll just leave it at that. And I have
Gina,
to
what's
say,
he talking about?
Yeah,
That's
I have
like-
to say because I don't think you wore the mouth guard the first couple times that I
She wants to
stayed
make
past
just
midnight.
doesn't want to scare you away.
Well,
right
that's
away.
because we were probably having a couple Great Lakes brewery
Oh, we were, yeah.
beers, and I probably forgot.
Also, the proud sponsor is Canna Cabana. I don't know
Yeah.
if they help
These
too.
are like this is a gigantic weed poster here that is just like
Yeah.
look how delicious
Dude,
that looks.
They will not be undersold on cannabis or cannabis accessories.
So
Over
we've
140 locations across the country.
This country,
they look like
Canada.
little
Country,
cannabis
Canada.
cinnamon
Amazing.
buns.
Yeah, no, they're good people. So we actually do these. We record in the backyard and smoke weed on the recording. It's quite something.
So you got good ideas.
Yeah.
Have you tried making your own edibles? Have you gotten
No,
into
but
that?
the next episode with Canna Cabana is the edible episode where
Oh.
Andy Palalas from Canna Cabana has me eat something at the beginning of the show, and we talk about the edibles and things, and then
Great.
I report in on how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
throughout the
That's
show.
I like
really
that.
fun. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. We're
Yeah.
edible fans.
I only ask because I attempted literally today
Yep.
to make them for the first time. I was worried we were gonna just show up stinking like weed, even
And
though
you might choke on your beer.
yeah. And then I did it there. The thing is, we made them in the Instant Pot, which I don't know is
Okay.
like peak 35-year-old, where it's like you're doing a weed thing, so that's like being cool and young, right?
Right.
But then you're just
Yourself.
like
in an instant pot.
and like look, a pressure cooker with the science of it. So
It's,
We'll see.
it's peak mid 30s
Yeah.
activity there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. The Instant Pot, anything with the
And then
Instant
Gina's
Pot.
got to go put on her mouthpiece. It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
so,
that's
okay.
it.
These are the rock stars in 2022.
yeah.
You guys just wait. I'm gonna start putting it on at shows.
Or just in the day, just
Yeah,
wear it.
that's
That's
it.
the thing.
Yeah, man. I've resisted the get a mouthpiece, you grind your teeth because I literally just don't believe it. I don't believe
Yeah.
in the science, man.
I think
I did
that's
my own
right.
research.
I think sometimes people need them, sometimes they don't. What I find hilarious is the like Invisalign. Like you got
the
the
braces?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
walk in and they're like, "Hi, welcome Invisalign, Invisalign, Invisalign." I'm like, "Yeah, I just really want you to clean my teeth and not
Yeah.
guilt
Get the
me."
plaque, yeah, and
over-
scaling, like the scaling.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they just talk about Invisalign a lot. And like actually last time I was at the dentist, I was like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna get Invisalign, I'm gonna go to like some place that does it. You're gonna
Specializes
take
in it?
molds and send it away, and you're gonna make $9,000 off me. Also, I don't have money to give you for Invisalign.
Okay, we're not playing bruxism anymore because we can't go down this dentist rant every time
just
we
change
play
your
it.
I'm
origin
losing
story.
you dental listeners right now. That's the
Right,
thing.
You know,
right.
my next sponsor could be a dentist. So be
It will be
careful.
now.
Or Invisalign.
Yep, be a
Like,
Invisalign,
Toronto Mike,
right.
brought to you by, reluctantly, brought to you by Invisalign.
I'm going right to another jam because I actually want to kick out two
Let's do it.
more.
Let's play
you guys
all
are gonna play
52
something,
tonight.
and then I have
Ready.
a couple more questions for you,
Yeah.
obviously, here because you're here now. You're trapped. So.
Yep. It's a party.
Oh. Actual party sounds.
It's Marvin Gaye. What's going on here?
Yeah.
I've got a little secret, I'm gonna blow your mind. I got this intuition, you ain't gonna sleep tonight. Might be a little crazy, might be a lot of fun. Maybe we're starting something we won't know until we're done.
Outside a lover, inside a liar, so familiar when I'm with you. Outside a lover, inside a liar, hold me closer when I'm with you.
Same old story, same old trouble with you. Feeling a connection, love is an affection with you.
Thank you for providing me a spot to fade down as I ask you, what is this jam? Tell me about this jam. Is it about oral hygiene? What's it about? Is it about flossing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be. No, this one's Outside Lover, Inside Liar. Yeah, it's just called Outside Lover. Yeah, just kind of a fun, you know, I don't know, it's kind of sexy. It's like a bit of a party song.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those like songs that are about just like having a one night stand,
Yeah.
and then they're played at everybody's weddings. Remember that? Like, oh baby, I think I'm gonna marry you. Song was like at everybody's wedding. I'm like, no one has listened to the lyrics
Oh,
of this
yeah.
song actually.
There's a lot of songs. Like I
there
always
are
want
other lines in that song other than that one that give you some more info.
It's a bit like when Ronald Reagan picks "Born in the USA" as his his song. There's a lot of great
Yeah.
examples of like
Yeah.
you're not listening to the lyrics
Yeah,
or whatever.
absolutely. Yeah, and this is kind of that. It's, you know, it's like a fun party song, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's a very troubled relationship. But it's kind of like, it's like, you know, Britney Spears, how she sings about toxic, but it's so fun, you know, and that's kind of what this is. It's like, you're a problem for me. You're the mouth guard that I need, but I won't take you.
Is Dev the mouth guard for you? What's going on? Here? Okay, so- you know what it's like? I
That's
think,
for later.
Yeah, that's the after dark show.
That's for after two
Yeah, that's
His
right.
Mamas.
You know, I gotta say, when it comes to Haze Mama, I'm drinking bursts for a reason. Then I can drink 3 bursts and I'm fine. But if I have
Yeah.
2 Haze Mamas,
Yeah.
I feel it after the second
Yeah,
Haze Mama.
that's
Like,
well, if I do some simple math, 2 Haze Mamas is like 3 normal beers.
There you go.
So it's
Quick
good
maths.
bang for your buck.
more than just a pretty
Yeah.
face. Okay, I dig this jam. I like how you're. You can't put you guys in like a genre bucket here.
It
You're
made it hard. 52 songs made that difficult for sure.
That's
We
right.
definitely it was a lot of things. It was an artistic protest of singles culture that then failed within singles culture, which totally makes sense. But stoked to have all the songs, and like we had fun. I don't know, but there is sort of like, is it a downside that there's a lot? There's like 5 albums worth of stuff suddenly, and that.
It's actually been great, and it opened a bunch of doors, and now we have this huge catalog of music, and
Yeah.
it's nice because a lot of our shows can be quite different, and we can tailor our shows really easily, and there's usually
Yeah.
something
Right.
for everyone because most people have graciously listened to a lot of the songs.
Sometimes
which
we
has been
play
nice.
as 2, like you saw.
Yeah.
Sometimes we play. We've got a show coming up in January. We'll play as 3 and do more of a rock thing. We've played with up to 5. Who knows?
Hey,
when I was at El Macombo, who was the young woman before you guys that I saw Dev playing with?
Yeah, that is Cassie De
Okay,
Silva.
I couldn't remember her name, but
Yeah.
she was also great.
yeah,
Oh, she's
also
wonderful.
amazing.
yeah, super
Yeah.
talented.
Yeah. But when I tried to stalk her on Twitter, she wasn't as responsive. But maybe she's one of those many intelligent people who said gave the finger to Twitter.
She'll be on
instead of my hand.
Instagram for
Yeah.
sure.
See, you know what? I don't like Instagram. I know that's where all the cool kids are hanging out, but to me, it's really phony on Instagram. Like, it's all so curated, and it's like You know,
Yeah.
that these pictures, like, none of it seems authentic. Like, at least on Twitter, the stream of consciousness, like, authenticity seems to exist. And I find it far more interesting.
Yeah, I like that. There's definitely people definitely have their favorites for sure.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into this Be Real thing?
No,
I don't want to
my
go.
18-year-old was be-reeling when during
Yeah.
the World Cup today. But this is where it takes a picture in the front. And
That's
the
Yeah,
back at the
yeah.
same
So you
time,
get a
yeah.
notification at any time of the day. You don't know when it is. Everybody who's on the app gets it at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably in the same time zone, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then you open it up. It takes a picture front and back camera. I didn't get it. Also, I don't want to support. It's probably owned by the Chinese government, like most free apps
Well,
that
they're
just do
spying
stuff.
on you for sure.
Yeah,
whoever it
but
is.
whatever. It's been kind of nice. So I was dragged into it on tour, and I now am when you're just looking for anything to do, and I'm now kind of enjoying.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but your phone doesn't make a sound. How do you
Yeah.
know? when
That's
It's
true. I
'cause
see
I
it
get the
late. Yeah.
notification. And
Right.
then-
Gina's like, oh, you got to do your Be Real.
Yeah.
That's
See,
right.
I'm
You're
old
not the
enough.
boss
Be
of
Real
me.
to me is the guy from Cypress Hill, okay, right? That was Be Real.
Nice.
Where is the Cypress Hill? Is that in Vancouver, right? The ski mountain.
The Cypress
Is it?
mogul.
Yeah, like between,
Yeah, I used to bike up it actually. when
I was there in
biking.
2019.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, there's a Cypress
Yeah,
Mountain there.
Cypress Mountain. When I was doing an Ironman, I biked up that thing.
Okay, now we slow down, okay? Because I already mentioned that we are all cyclists here, but I can't run. Like, I mean, something happens in my leg if I go like 5K. Like, so I just bike everywhere.
Yeah.
Ironman, I'm really jealous now because I'm a good swimmer and a great cyclist, but I can't run. I can't do the Ironman. But tell me like the distances for each, if you don't mind, before I get to this.
Yeah,
fifth
no
jam.
problems. Like I didn't do it fast. Let's be clear about that.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
did it.
so it was a 4-kilometer open water swim,
Okay.
and on my swim
good
only
swim.
one person died, which is tragic.
So that was in
But I
Toronto. That was
made
a doctor, right?
It was in
Oh.
BC. Yeah,
BC,
it was in
different
kind of
one,
Kelowna, Okanagan
Okay.
area. So 4-kilometer swim, 180-kilometer bike ride,
That's okay. I keep going. I want to hear how long is it a marathon?
and
after
then it's a
that?
marathon. So 42.5.
Yeah, but you finished it,
I
obviously.
finished it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really good, you know.
I definitely almost stopped after the bike ride, to be honest. I was like, is this some bullshit? Why am I doing this? And I enjoyed, it's like leading up to it, I did a couple shorter, smaller ones, and there was like a half iron distance, which is half of all those things. And that was
Yeah.
fun because that was like,
right.
I was like in better shape then, obviously, and just like,
Well, it's not
that
all
was
good.
manageable. This thing I did it, and I was like, why did I do this? This took me 12 hours of my day.
Well, you did it like, why do you
I don't know.
climb Mount Everest?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
just it
because
was
it's
literally
there.
the next thing, so I did it, and then I was like, "Oh, I think I'm good on this now," and I haven't.
Because you can check that
Done it
box
since,
or whatever.
yeah.
But I'm just okay. So I'm thinking like even the 180 bike ride, that's a really good bike ride. But right after you swam, and then
Yeah.
what will get me, of course, is I would be able to do that swim, and I would
Yeah.
be able to do that bike ride, and then it's like time to run your
Yeah, a
42
marathon.
kilometers,
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
and I'd be like I'd have to tap out, and like my body wouldn't do it.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think my
Towards the end of the run, there was this guy on the side of the road that was serving up keg beer. And I was like, "Oh, this will be amazing!" So I grabbed one and threw back kind of like 6 or 7 mouthfuls, and then had a really bad time for 2 kilometers of just like burping and
You
trying.
regretted it, yeah.
Well, and here's the
Right.
thing: if race officials see you throwing up,
Oh.
you're automatically disqualified.
So is that because you might dehydrate? What is
yeah,
the reason?
they
there?
weren't. I mean, if I was throwing
well,
up
they
and
don't
I
want
was
you to
like,
die.
I chugged this beer and
Right.
I am throwing up the beer, they might let me keep going. I don't know.
No, smell it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's obviously
smell
beer. Smell it. Smell
right,
my
so-
puke.
Do it.
I like how I'm just this is a little thing sprinkled in here that you did the Iron Man. That is amazing. Like seriously, my buddy Mark Carey, who's also an FOTM, he does this thing where he does 100-mile runs, trail runs.
Oh yeah,
100
like
miles.
the ultra marathon or whatever. Like
Well,
the
that's,
super-
I mean, that's what a marathon's 24, right? So that's like 4 marathons.
Yeah,
and
that's-
he does it over like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he does it's not flat either. Like you're not just doing a flat. Like you're in a
No.
trail. Like it hurts me to think about it, but he does it.
Yeah, we have a friend that's a big marathon runner. Danny's brother, Mike.
yeah.
Yeah, also named Mike.
Too many mics, to be honest. Like, I don't know. If you're born in the 70s or 80s, just too many of us. But not anymore because I got 2 little ones, and there's no mics in these classes. Like they just got rid of them all.
No, Michaels.
No, they don't make them anymore.
No.
Seriously, they don't make them anymore.
You're limited edition.
Limited
Like we
edition,
did,
yeah.
they just made so many. Like even if you know people born in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
So it's like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Every second dude was named
Yeah.
Mike. It was like
Yeah.
a law. And then they said, "That's it.
Yeah.
There are no more mics.
No more.
Maybe a middle name, but not as a first name here." Okay, I'm doing this jam because I want to get to the questions, and then I want to maybe you'll play something for me, which is awesome. But
I only feel good in the shower. I know I shouldn't, but I stay in for an hour or two. Helps me forget that thing I said.
woman singing? Is there a second woman on that?
The other woman. No, it's
That's studio tricks.
Is that just you
It's just
you over yourself?
it's a
there?
couple of
Yeah.
Ginas.
I fall for that trick every time. I'm not a musician, so I fall for that trick all the time. I'll be like,
Nice.
"Oh, who's singing with you?" Nobody. It was just some magic in the studio. Okay, hold on.
Just had a baby. You went and got right.
You're cheating there, Gina. I don't
It's a
know,
dream.
but get right sounds great.
Thanks, man.
One of my faves, probably.
Yeah, mine too. I do love that one.
An influencer liked that song and got us a lot of spins on it, which was nice.
Yeah.
Is that a Instagram influencer, or is that like a what's the big one?
guess
TikTok.
so.
It was an Instagrammer. Yeah, a couple of
They get all the glory.
a couple accounts picked us up, which was nice for that song.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I guess, and this is gonna tie into some questions I have about like radio and stuff like that. But like, is that sort of a big like now? Is that sort of the goal? Like, you're gonna end up in some TikTok meme or something?
I wouldn't say we don't drive our music towards TikTok right now. I mean, if it gets picked up, obviously, thank you. That would be great. Please do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would really love to have our songs synced in like a really cool television show.
Right.
We
A
have
huge Hollywood movie.
Yeah, we have been synced in a TV show before.
Which
but,
TV show?
Kim's Convenience.
I know Kim's Convenience.
Yeah,
although I didn't like how it had all ended too
I
prematurely.
know. Yeah, we're actually in that twice, which was very lovely, our songs. And then, so that would be fun. That would be kind of a cool thing. And then, I mean, I would be happy with even just, some big streaming numbers and some cool playlist action.
So, okay, let me ask you some hardcore questions. I mentioned FOTM Sarah Burke earlier. So Sarah has she's a voice on Sirius XM, but also on Indie 88. So like when I listen to Altered by Mom, it sounds like it should be coming out of the Indie 88 airwaves on the reg.
That would be great.
But like okay, so like where does an Altered by Mom get played in 2022? They're on the hot seat now. I need answers.
Where do we get played?
Why isn't Indie 88 all over you? I hear them playing a lot of Monowhales.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Monowhales just won a Juno, so that makes sense. But I mean, we've definitely pitched our stuff to them before. They've actually been really kind to us. They have premiered our videos and all that kind of stuff. We also haven't released anything since 2020, so
Because you released so much. It's like
we did. We released a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. So I mean, pitching radio stations and stuff. There's a lot of behind the scenes sort of
But
stuff.
can you share any of it? And if it's like top secret, I can't talk about it. Just touch your nose right now. But like I'm legit curious. Like.
No, I mean it's teams, it's managers, it's
I think,
labels.
I think the reality is hopefully they will be playing us in January when we put out new music.
Yeah, we have a new single coming January 20th.
I think that a song a week it's not how the music industry operates right now, where for streaming, for radio, they want a single song 6 weeks in advance so they can plan and do all that.
Like this is the single
Yeah.
you're pushing.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
that's totally cool, and we're doing that this time coming up. We've got a new track coming out that I'm pretty stoked about. It might be the best song Gina's ever written.
Okay, so let me ask you about the upcoming stuff then, because
Yeah.
we spent all this time on those 52 crazy weeks of 2020. Mm-hmm. What's coming out for us? Like, when is this new music available, and what is it going to look like?
Absolutely. So we're going to do an EP because we did release so many songs in 2020. We figure, let's dive back into it. Let's, start with something a little smaller that people can easily digest. So first single's coming out January 20th. It's called Dive In. Music video, all the bells and whistles that go along with that.
January 20.
January 20.
My son's 21st birthday. Is that the reason you chose that date?
Exactly.
is.
It's actually your son's birthday present. We didn't want to spoil the surprise.
It's actually just us singing "Happy Birthday." Indie 88,
Oh,
you
you
better
guys
get
are
on that.
sweethearts. Honestly, he's going to be blown away when I tell him that.
So that'll be good. And then, after kind of every 6 weeks after that, we're going to release a single. And then hopefully the EP will come out end of May, early June.
Okay, what about with the other new rock station in town, the old Heritage 102.1, The Edge?
The Edge.
Like, is it the same hopes and dreams there that they'll play the new single? Like, is it?
Yeah,
similar?
I mean, it's always nice to get local support. I have some back out east as well. Q104 tends to spin our stuff.
That's in
Montreal,
Halifax, right?
yeah, that's right. Montreal tends to spin our stuff. Showem 97.7 has also been very kind to Altered by Mom.
Nice.
So yeah, you know, we do have some folks that are on the Altered by Mom bandwagon. So yeah, definitely attack that a little harder. And then you know, playlists are always nice. So hoping to get some of that. And yeah.
And what about CBC? Like, is there would CBC Music play a great, you know, Canadian bred band like Altered by Mom?
Yeah, I mean, we are Canadian treasures, so why not?
And that's what I'm trying to say here.
100%. Yeah.
Like, should I make some calls?
Yeah, you should. Come on, we're
Is there
Yeah.
room on Team ABM?
FOTM.
For FOTMs? Okay.
That's right.
All right.
I mean, we'll be letting them know when the new song's
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
They-
It's all part of the plan.
I know, because it's like we can talk forever about these great songs and the artistic value, and they sound wonderful. But then I'm always wondering, okay, so where do we go from here? Like how does Altered by Mom become the new Arkells? Like, what is that path?
Isn't that the $1 million question?
Yeah.
I don't think they're making that much, to be honest.
I don't know. I think they're doing okay.
Well, I don't know. That's a great question.
It
for
might be the
afterwards.
$410,000 question.
I would be happy to be an Arkel.
Well, you don't have to. Yeah, you only have to split it 2 ways, right? Like,
Yeah.
So it's a little better for you guys.
and
Okay.
we pay it down through our team. You know, we're socialists
you wanna
through to the end. So.
Yeah, the trickle down.
Does it get down this far? Like, is this Toronto might get a
Yeah,
here,
for sure.
Here's
We're
your
gonna send you a little envelope. And
$1.25.
well, here's your down payment.
Oh, okay,
Here's
thank
some-
you. Because I'm
some-
going to give you something too. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
yay.
right. I made you give this to me on the air. 'cause
That's
I'm like,
right.
let me
I was
think.
scolded.
Did you
Okay.
have the last-
So I love these buttons. Okay,
Yeah.
here, so
Hold on, there's one more.
there's more. Altered by Mom buttons, everybody.
Yeah.
You have
There's
to
one
take
there.
pictures. Oh, okay, you know what? My 8-year-old is learning to play the guitar,
Amazing.
and he's
superior instrument.
no, it's well, just,
Yeah.
I'm like jealous. I'm like, this guy's cooler than me. But he's taking his guitar lessons, and he's he loves learning. And he was getting lessons from a gentleman named Blair Packham, who is a singer songwriter with the Jitters, which was like before your time. They have some big radio hits in this market and stuff, and they're cool.
Cool.
And Blair's a cool guy who was helping my son out. But thank you so much for that. Ridley Funeral Home. They sent over a couple little things for you guys. So.
Oh.
Measuring tape. You never know when you have to
measure your
something.
body
That's for Dev.
To measure
This is to measure your body for a casket. I will take it. I like measuring
Well,
stuff.
it comes in handy, right? Like you need to. And where's the measuring tape? There you go.
Ripley
Anything you wanna
Funeral Home
measure,
Brandon. Yeah.
And Gina, Gina can make those jokes. Okay, this is a flashlight because you never know when you.
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're needing a flashlight. It's
That's
for
if you're
safety.
like, did I see a body or was it a pile of clothes? You can check.
So thank you, Ridley Funeral Home.
Thank you, Ridley Funeral
Thank
Home.
So
you.
they have a podcast. Brad Jones there is the funeral director. He's got a great podcast called Life's Undertaking, and I urge everyone. I actually get to co-host that show, so it's actually
That's pretty
bonus
cool.
there. But a couple of other podcasts I just want to let you guys know about. One is called Yes, We Are Open, which is from Monaris. And it's Al Grego. He's been telling the stories of Canadian small businesses and their perseverance in the face of overwhelming adversity. And everyone can subscribe at yesweareopenpodcast.com. And in this tumultuous time with your investments and such, the Raymond James podcast, The Advantaged Investor. It's hosted by Chris Cooksey. It features insights from leading professionals, a valuable perspective for Canadian investors who want to remain knowledgeable, informed, and focused on long-term success. So those are a few great podcasts I recommend. Hey, do you guys remember The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So this is a weird small world story, but so The Watchmen, I love The Watchmen actually. Danny Graves performed at the last Toronto Mike listener experience at Great Lakes
amazing.
Brewery, TMXX. That was in
Wow.
September, and he was amazing. Acoustic jams under the night sky. The drummer for The Watchmen is a guy named Sammy Cohn, and he's not just a guy, but he's a fantastic real estate agent. And if anyone listening has any questions whatsoever about real estate or even drumming, to be honest, Sammy.Cohn, Kohn, at properlyhomes.ca. Okay, did either of you guys watch any of this World Cup today?
No, I'm not a big sports person.
You took a pass on it. So, Dev, did you
Yeah.
also opt out of this World Cup madness?
Yeah, I saw some stuff. There's a player named Ronaldo, right?
Well,
Who
not in this
won or
World Cup.
retired or
You're
Well,
thinking of
on-
Messi,
On the drive
Yeah.
here, there was a guy with a flag hanging out of the back of his
Yeah.
car.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched it and it was bananas. So I'm just here to say, like, it was absolutely bananas because Argentina was up 2-0, and I was actually at my kids' hockey game, and then I came for the second half, and it was like 2-0, whatever. Okay, and it was like, I don't know, 80th minute. I know I'm boring Gina to tears here, but these games are only 90 minutes and then extra time, and it's like it's 2-0 and it's done deal, and then bang bang Mbappe, bang bang, it's tied game all of a sudden.
Well,
And then again, Argentina takes a lead again. Anyway, then there's this weird penalty call that surprised me, and then France ties it up, and it goes to penalty kicks, and then Messi and the Argentina, they win, and it was bananas. That's all.
Go.
That's your sports update, everybody.
Sports with Toronto Mike.
There should be like an equivalent of that for like getting on the radio. You should be like, well, our cows were up 2-0. But then out of nowhere, Alter my mom served up a pretty good
Where did
single.
that come from? They called a penalty.
Yeah.
Dev's taking the
Now
shot.
here they are.
That's right.
And
Battle of the
crowd
Bands
goes
is what we used to
wild.
call that, remember? Battle of the
Yeah.
Bands. Okay, couple of questions from FOTMs for you guys. Andrew writes in, love this band.
Oh, Andrew, hi.
I'd like to know how many live shows we can expect in 2023.
Oh, good question. I mean, we have one booked for January 28th right now at Dakota. If this is coming up before then, I don't know if it is.
You know what? This will drop before you get home.
Oh, well then there we
Amazing.
go.
Well,
Well, it's
Perfect.
live.
We'll
If
see
you
you
notice,
then.
there's no editing. It's going to be live.
Yeah,
too.
amazing. Yeah, so we will have one January 28th with Dakota. We're opening for the Sarandons, and then stay tuned. We're in the midst
Yeah.
of booking a bunch of stuff.
I think we're
so-
playing after them. Just to.
Yeah, we're
it's-
opening
It's
for
their
them.
CD release.
Oh,
but we're
yeah, I
playing
know.
after
Yeah,
them.
sorry, but
Just
we're
in case
still-
people are going timing.
Okay,
wise,
so okay.
you know.
Now I'm gonna make it all about me
Yeah.
again. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
selfish. Very selfish.
Yeah.
But I went to see. What did I went to see? I went to see Rusty
Yeah.
at
With Good Night
Sneaky
Sunrise.
D's. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Good buds.
speaking of friends of
Yeah,
Altered
we're-
by Mom,
Them too.
Yeah.
yeah, for
We
sure.
know everybody.
So I'm there, and Rusty have been in the basement, and they've been here, and we're friendly. So in the middle of one of their big hits was called "Empty Cell," and I just want to play like 17
tune.
seconds, okay,
Yeah.
just to let you know. When you see me in the crowd, like when you're playing Sneaky D's or something, and the Toronto mic, just no pressure, but this is what I expect now. You ready?
Okay.
So he points at me and says Toronto mic. Like this is
Okay.
the new
That's pretty
expectation
sweet.
I have when
Oh.
FOTMs play live.
We
so.
should have did it at the Elmo.
Well, now we have to. Yeah,
We didn't know
next
each other
time.
then.
But now that I'm gonna like be stalking you, I'll be checking it out. Okay, so if you're gonna play live, this is like an amazing time for that. Like I don't know what that entails because is it literally Dev grabs that guitar over there?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
let's
want
do
to play
it.
now, right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah.
I'll
Okay,
do
okay.
it. Here.
So remember, you're wired up, so don't trip on
Yeah,
anything.
you
I
guys
will
Chat while I grab it.
entertain the troops here. I'm gonna get play by play. Dev, don't hit your head, Dev, because everyone does. And, I'm starting to think that blonde is not as natural hair color. Is that true? Is that true?
I don't know what
There are
gave that away.
clues. Oh yeah, so yeah, stick that. So everybody, Dev's got a guitar with him.
Yeah.
Right. Is it still pretty much in tune? I guess.
It sounds pretty good.
You know what? I'll do a little touch up. Let's.
Okay, you do that because I'm actually now I realize I'm also going to record whatever happens next. I'm going to record it on my phone too,
Oh.
so I can go viral with it.
Please do. Yeah.
Together now, right?
Yeah, it's empty sound.
In my empty cell. I did like that band a lot when I was in high school.
So the album that I spun like crazy when I was in university, it was Fluke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It back to back, like back to front completely. So
Yeah.
it's like I try to catch him every time because he's a bricklayer in Sudbury now.
Yeah,
No way.
That's sweet.
That's the Canadian musical stars.
I
system.
know.
That's why you're a voiceover artist.
Okay, let me drop a couple of my favorite bands from back then to see if you remember them and like them. Do you remember a band called Salmon Blaster?
No.
Okay, do you remember a band called Glue Leg?
Yes. In fact,
about
who's there?
Ruben
Makowitz
is the- oh, nice.
came over. Bob Makowitz.
Oh,
came
fun.
over,
Hey.
But yeah, I know.
I love
remember
that
Glue
band.
Dig.
Yeah, how about Transistor Sound and Lighting Company?
But yeah, but I mean, their name I remember, but I couldn't name a song from them. I don't think on
Yeah.
the top of my head. But
They were awesome. I think they made their whole record on an 8-track, so it sounded terrible, but was so lo-fi and cool. I really liked it.
Sounded terrible.
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
It was an acquired taste.
that's sweet. I mean, I could do this all day, but we probably shouldn't. Do you want to sing?
Let's do it.
Wait, hold on. 30 more minutes. Keep dropping those names.
Oh,
No,
okay, yeah, we can do it. We can do
Hold on,
it.
I'm gonna get some video mode. Okay, so everybody, let me guess. Ready?
Down here and then.
Yeah, you
Split
guys
the
do
day.
whatever you want. So,
Yeah.
okay, you both singing?
He'll do a little bit of backups.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'll
okay,
be
okay,
mostly
okay.
Gina.
Yeah.
You're on the mic. Okay,
So
okay.
this is our new
Because I was gonna
song.
say I can always get another mic, but I don't think you need it. So.
No, this is our new single that's coming out on January 20th. It's called Dive In. Comes in like a spark, like adrenaline. A rush of blood to the head again. You gotta catch a wave, seize the moment. Gotta spin that thread till it's golden. Now I can see that you wanna count on me. And it should be as easy as 1, 2, 3. Take a breath, take another one, take another one. Why can't I just dive in? Why can't I take the leap? You always said that you believe in me. Why am I scared? What can I do? I look around and all that I see is proof. Why can't I dive in? Why can't I just dive in? Why can't I dive in? And this is where I'm at, trying to claim a space. Your orbit's so wide, it pulls me in. Break myself out of this tiny room. Got roughed up a bit, got a couple of bruises. I am a little late. I promise that I will be well with the weight. Take a breath, take another one, take another one. Woo! Can I just dive in? Why can't I take the leap? You always said that you believe in me. Why am I scared? What can I do? I look around and all that I see is proof. Why can't I dive in? Why can't I just dive in? Why can't I dive in? Why can't I take the leap? You always said that you believe in me. Why am I scared? What can I do? I look around and all that I see is proof. Why can't I dive in? Why can't I just dive in? Oh, why can't I dive in? Why can't I dive in?
Well, I couldn't do it justice. Honestly, that sounded so amazing.
Thank you.
That's catchy AF. Like that to me is if I no joke. I know some people 88 and 102.1, but if that isn't in high rotation,
We're
I'm
sending
making
it
phone
in.
calls. I'm gonna be royally pissed. Catchy as fuck. It sounded amazing,
you.
and I'm just like so honored you guys just played that for me in my basement. So thank you so
Aw.
much.
Well, thank you for having us. This is so great.
Anything on your mind at all? This is like your last chance to is there anything you wanted to share or let us know? Because what's the website again? Is it alteredbymom.com?
Yeah, on Instagram, Altered by Mom. That's kind of our main spot. Obviously, Twitter, or you and I converse.
I love.
often.
I gotta say, I'm going down with the ship. Like I don't know what Elmo's up to and what's going on there, but I'm going down to the ship. But
Twitter survived a lot of stuff. I'm not too worried. Yeah. So Instagram's probably our main thing. But yeah, coming
Okay.
up though, yeah, we've just got the single release and new music coming out, and
Yeah, there's lots happening. I
Keep
feel
the
like
eyes on the
we took a
socials.
little, I don't want to call it a break because it's not a break, but it was like a recoup or like a recovery time.
you write 52 songs in a year, and the well becomes a little
Yeah.
dry. Okay, I'm just gonna
And
say
now it's
it.
not dry. Gina's got hits.
Yep.
We've got
The well is wet.
The well is wet. Just be sure when you come to our show that you wear your mouth guard because that's what we
Mouth guards
made to
mandatory.
do.
okay, on the live stream, so there's a pirate stream, live.torontomike.com, where things go live and FOTMs go there and see things as they're happening. So a couple of quick questions there before I play you out with some lows and low. What's the favorite show you guys have played?
Ooh,
That's from Cam.
favorite show that we've ever played?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, Ultra My Mom played with a Montreal band called The Damn
Oh,
Truth.
yeah.
at the Corona Theater. Terrible name now. Oh my goodness. How could they? I don't think they knew then.
Beautiful venue.
Beautiful venue. Awesome show. That was a really fun one to do.
Damn Truth, they're so gracious to have us on that show.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
But I think my actual favorite show that we've ever played is coming up. It's at the Dakota. January 28th, did we say? 29th? It's a Saturday, whatever it is.
January 28 at the Dakota.
Yeah.
I
That's
gotta
right.
stick it in my calendar.
And we're cooking up. We're gonna play that tune, but the full band version, which is good. We're doing a new cover song. Have you ever seen a band play a cover? We're gonna do that. That we're pretty excited about.
What are you covering? Am I allowed? Is it gonna no hints?
That's gotta be a
That's
surprise.
secret.
You
That's
gotta
a
come to the
surprise.
show.
Okay. Amazing. And again, we'll follow you on Instagram, and we'll kind of keep up with what's going on when we can catch you live, because I can vouch for you. You know, there's no bullshit here. There's not some PR person who said, get these guys on your show, please, or whatever. Here's $20. No, this was like all authentic, that you sounded great. And I wanted to talk to you. And thanks for doing this. I absolutely love this.
Thank you for having us.
You can play along. Yeah, okay. Well,
So should I send you the money later, or is e-transfer?
oh, one more last thing. You know what? I meant to I know I have Los Low going now, but quick question, and it's a strange question to hear at the end of a show, but are either of you two vegetarians, or both of you vegetarians?
We're flexitarian.
Flexitarians? Okay. So I do have a large meat lasagna for you in my freezer.
Oh baby, I'm
So
excited.
this box will be full. It's from Palma Pasta. They have a great location called Palma's Kitchen, which actually hosted our
I am
last
excited.
event. It's delicious. Like, I'll tell you now, you will be writing me and saying, Mike, that's the best lasagna we've ever had that came from a store. So you're leaving here with a lasagna, and get you a couple more Great Lakes beers. And man, I have the memories that will last me a lifetime.
Yay.
Thanks so much for this.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And that brings us to the end of our 1172nd show. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Toronto Mike. Altered by Mom is actually on Twitter at Altered by Mom. Is it the same on Instagram?
It is.
Okay.
Everywhere.
And do you want, I know, Gina, you have a solo account. Do you want to shout that out, or you just want people to follow the Altered by Mom?
Sure, at Gina K, but Altered by Mom is the one to go to.
Our friends at Great Lakes Brewery are at Great Lakes Beer. Palma Pasta is at Palma Pasta. Sticker U is at Sticker U. Maneris is at Maneris. Raymond James Canada are at Raymond James CDN. Recycle My Electronics are at EPRA_Canada. Ridley Funeral Home are at Ridley FH. Canna Cabana are at Canna Cabana _. And Sammy Cone Real Estate is at Sammy Cone. See you all Tuesday with the return of Toast.
But I'm a much better man for having known you. Oh, you know that's true, because everything is coming up rosy and gray. Yeah, the wind is cold, the snow is slow, warms me today.
Are you gonna be Ron or Lawrence
Light
here?
is mine, and don't go away. Everything is rosy and gray.
The wrong part.
We love there's a sucker born every day.
Take it away.
But I wonder who. Yeah, I wonder
I'm learning this as we go. But
who doesn't realize there's 1,000 shades of gray. 'Cause I know that's true, yes I do. I know that's true, yeah. I know it's true. How about you? While I'm picking up trash and then putting down roads. And then broken stops, the class struggle explodes. And athletic massage is the best that I can.
this is what Ron's solo record sounds like. It's just me shredding over his songs.
Gives a damn because everything's coming up rosy and gray. Yeah, the wind is cold, but the smell of snow warms me today. And your smile is wide, and it's just like mine. It won't go away. 'Cause everything is rosy and gray. Well, I've kissed you in France and I've kissed you in Spain.
Keep going.
And I've kissed you in places I better not name.
Oh, that is a dirty lyric, Ron. I know what you mean.
Sun go down on
With the mouth guard.
But I like it much better going down on you. Yeah, you know it's
Everything is coming up rosy and gray. Yeah, the wind is cold, but the sun still warms us today. And your smile is fine, it's just like mine, and it won't go away. 'Cause everything is rosy and gray. Everything is rosy and everything is rosy and gray.
Take us out.